Good morning out there. QA here. We're going to do a break today. So it's a good old-fashioned break. So we got a Time Spot Remastered draft box. 6 participants. Each one's going to get 6 packs. Let's see who gets lucky. Let me pop this open. I'm going to shuffle some packs, divvy them out, and then we're going to get this going. So it'll probably take me 30 seconds or so. So if you want to fast forward, I completely understand. But I'd appreciate it if you don't. Not that I'm going to say anything relevant while I do this. So, thankfully with a break, I don't have to keep track of everything, and this will go quicker overall, but yeah, sometimes it's, doesn't have the same level of spice to it, but at the same time, it's easier. And on my end, sometimes that's nice. Battles are, they're a project. Okay, that feels pretty good. It feels pretty mixed up. All right. So first, we got Wildcat MTG. If you haven't ever checked out his channel, which if you watch this channel, I'm surprised if you haven't, go check out his channel. Pause this video, open up another browser tab, and go over there. I got Ian. I got Franz. I got J.A. Steven, and Kazi. Perfect. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. As is always shared, the old border foils are 1 in 27 packs, so you tend to get 1 per box. But that's not necessarily a guarantee, because that is a low enough amount for that not to be a guarantee, depending on how the track printing ran through. And you can also get the 2 box. So we're going to start off Wildcat with Safi and Paradoxical Outcome to begin. So I guess I'm just going to start out. I'll do it a bit battle style. I'll start with 3 packs, 2 packs, 1 pack. Just to I'll go 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, we'll do that. So Time Spot Remastered. Thankfully, box prices of this did come down, which is a good thing. Miri the Cursed, and Corsair of Krufix for a first solid old bordered. All right, Ian. Yeah, we're going to do this 2 at a time. I'm thankful it came down, obviously, as more and more things get reprinted, as Wizards goes on, they reprint everything, because I feel like they felt like they had to. Keen Sense, nice uncommon, Ian. Sudden Spoiling. Rectos Charm, which is not too shabby. And Enslave in foil. And I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't fully understand, is production cycle. I think a lot of the anger out there are people that truly just do not understand production cycle. Like Time Spot Remastered here was probably planned like 2 or 3 years in advance, right? So then in 2020, 2021, when everything was going to the moon and it looked like they were supposed to reprint everything, right? I think it's what most companies seeing all that happen would be like, get the printers going. All right, Ian, we got Cranial Plating in old bordered and the Pallid Mycoderm in foil. And that would just be a natural response to what you see in the market, right? Yeah, one can say they kind of didn't do a great job analyzing why that was happening. Sure, that's a fair argument. All right, Franz, you're up. Mycon. Vesuva for our first mythic. A pretty good one. And the Arch with a foil Sidewinder Sliver. All right, Vesuva's a solid first mythic. But yeah, you see all that take place in the market, and you're going to fire up those printers. Stuff was selling like wildfire. Things went nuts on the market. I had just come back into this. I'm like, what is all? Why is everything to the moon? Draw New and Field of Ruin. That is not a bad old bordered. Not a bad old bordered at all. All right, so we did find our first mythic. This is a traditional draft box, so it does tend to be 4 to 5 mythics per box, which is still funny because the very first box I personally ever opened on Time Spot Remastered back in the very, very early days of this channel, I had a 0 mythic box. That was, I'm surprised I kept going with the channel. Anyway, J.A. Like that was a clear error box is what that was. Especially since the sheer quantity I've ever opened ever since has never had anything remotely like that. Okay, Angel's Grace, J. And Time of Need. Angel's Grace, of course, solid card. What we got next? But so then they had to already buy all that printer space and get all that planning underway to do all those reprints because card prices went bananas. And it made sense at the time. Glittering Wish and Quasali, Pride Mage, and a Coral Trickster in foil. Alright. It made sense at that time. If you were a company planning things for the next 2 years back in 2020, 2021, and I was one of them, not in this industry, but in another one, it made sense. Now, admittedly, we were a bit more conservative about it. And we kind of looked at it like, maybe we shouldn't like count our chickens before they hatch. And we were smart to do so. Jorah of the Gitu. Hey, Goblin Engineer. So, Steven, these are wait, is this Steven? Yeah, Steven. Goblin Engineer, and then we have our first foil rare, hopefully not our last, although it was generally 1 to 2 per box, the Marigonda Petroglyphs. But Goblin Engineer, that's a nice old bordered pull. Next pack. So then, of course, you know, we spend the next 2 years in reprint hell when the market started to return back to normal. So it was like a Pongify, expensive uncommon. Crovax, not the second mythic we want. Crovax, I did ask for you to show up, but Ninja of the Deep Hours is not a bad old border. That's 2 mythics down. Kazi. So yeah, so then the market started to turn to normal, inflation went crazy, and Wizards already had it on the books to print all this stuff like crazy. And they already put on all the planning, the time, the printer money, blah, blah, blah. And you're just going to say, no, we're not going to do that anymore after all that time spent? Nope, you're going to go through with it because it's already sunk cost at that point. At that point, it's kind of a done deal. It's happening. And to pull back at that point would be dumb. All right, Kazi, we got another draw new. Hey, Beast Within Old Bordered. That's pretty good. Just so you're aware, duplication at rare is not an uncommon thing inside of this set. It does happen. Urza's Factory. And as I open this, it just reminisces of all that, right? Because these boxes went crazy. The set had a ton of things that needed reprints. Venser and the Angler. Hey! Consuming Aberration. Good, playable card. Old bordered, so that is an old bordered foil Consuming Aberration. That was I just ran through all the emotions right there, all in one shot, if you couldn't tell. And it reminded me at the end, I'm like, it's still a very playable card. In fact, when this thing hits the field, it can be a nightmare in the right deck. So, Kazi, congratulations on your old bordered Consuming Aberration. Obviously, I mixed up all the packs, so could there be another one? I don't know. You can almost tell sometimes if you pull one of those like early in the box, then there's a pretty good chance you're going to get one later. Not that there's a guarantee. Wildcat, your next 2 packs. So yeah, these boxes went like delay, like what, $300? Hey, Wildcat, Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Hey, Cloud Shredder Sliver's not too shabby either as a old border, but hey, you got the second most expensive card in the actual regular set, and I almost feel like they could print this card another like 2 or 3 times and it still won't budge the price all that much. Like it'll go down for a little and then it'll bounce back because it's Urborg. Because it'll bounce down to a level that then there's people who it'll hit their price point to say okay to buy copies, and they'll get very quickly absorbed into the market. Urborg's just one of those cards. It could probably stand another reprint already. That's wild. That is wild. Certain cards, it's just they can do that. But then again, every card has an inflection point. All right, we got Greater Garganoth. Hey! Yog Daddy! to go with Urborg. Okay. And Trump the Domains. Alright. Wildcat. Did pretty good there. Nice 2 packs. Alright. Here we go. Okay, Ian. I am hoping that we find a second Urborg. It is entirely possible. I talked about the rare duplication. It is a thing. So here we go. Trappers, Plume, Knight of the Holy Nimbus, Mystical Teachings, Angel of Salvation. All right, come on. Itali. Here's the thing about Itali, right? It's an awesome old bordered version in a gigantically played card in Commander. Is it worth much? No, but the old border actually does carry a little bit of value for a card that's been printed so heavily. So heavily. And creatures never hold up as well as other things. Like lands and artifacts. Oops. Just trying to straighten the pile, dropped a token. There we go. Okay. Griffin Guide. Ixlid Jailer. Firemaw Kavu. Pact of the Titan. And Past in Flames. I didn't realize, I forgot they did a Past in Flames in the old border in this product. Totally forgot about that. Okay, Franz, you are up. We are still only 2 mythics in from the actual set, so keeping that in mind too. Okay, Harmonic Sliver, Imperial Soar, Devourer, Chroma. I feel like I've opened this exact box before. Okay, hey, Teamer Ascendancy. That's a good old border. That's like a $5 old border right there. And unfortunately, a Chroma. Sorry, Franz. Not that I can choose that, but that did happen. Remember how strong that card used to be? Yavimaya Dryad, Smallpox. We got Conflagrate, Aeon Chronicler, and Knight of the Reliquary. Okay. Alright, JA. But yeah, obviously Time Spiral Remastered has come down due to the market in general coming down. And yeah, there are certain cards that were kind of special in here and have since seen other printings, sometimes even in old bordered. Which for some that is a bit of a kick in the face, to be honest. Teferi, so that is another mythic. So that is 4 mythics. And Contagion Clasp. Okay. Like Yawgmoth over there, right? That old border Yawgmoth was kind of a special thing. And then the next 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. 2 years? Wait, 3 years. Oh, that was 3 years later. A little 2 years and 10 months later when Dominaria Remastered came out. Huh. That was a long time, was it? But still, it did make that particular old border feel a little less special. Oof. Yeah. I did not do that. Okay, JA. Summoner's Pact. Cool. Come on, old border. Path to Exile. Not a bad little pack right there. All right, Steven. Okay, Whipspine Drake, Fungal Reaches, Extirpate. Come on. Harvester of Souls, and it looks like there's a foil back here. And it is a common Mind Stab. Alright. Can we get into a 5 or 6 mythic box? And can we find some more old bordered big hits? That's what we're after now. It may be a duplicate Urborg. Pulmonic Sliver. Trinket Mage. Okay. Alright, Kazi. Like Farseek for me will always be the one that got kind of pointed out to me and I kind of forgot about. I was like, oh yeah, I used to kind of lust after the old bordered foil Farseek and I never bought one. And now I'm really glad I didn't, consider they just put it in Remastered. Silversmith. Hypergenesis. Anger of the Gods. Yeah, I'm feeling that right now. Hey, Box, you owe us some big old bordered hits right now. Or another Orborg or two. Get working. Rebuff the Wicked. Great Uncommon. Pilferer. Vesuvan Shapeshifter. Lingering Souls. Okay. Well, we got 2 packs left for everybody. A lot can happen in 2 packs each. Wildcat, you're up. So far, you are the big winner today. Depending on how you feel about consuming Aberration over there. Cloud Cedar. Lost Auramancers. Kerkeep. Okay. And SRAM. Alright, and let's do your last pack. So we're pretty much skipping straight to the uncommons over here. Not that there aren't good commons in the set, just nothing that's particularly valuable. I guess Jorah's little bug guy went up for a while there with the Doctor Who decks. So Coalition Relic and Secret Plans. Well, you still got so far the biggest rare hit and the biggest old bordered hit. So overall, pretty good. Ian, you're up. It does seem that Wizards, at least now in their plan with the market adjustment, while they're still going to reprint cards, it does seem that they are slowing down a little bit on that at least. That's good. It's a good thing. Sedge Sliver, Ian. An Epic Experiment. No. 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 Do better. Fury Sliver, Stormcloud Djinn, Stuffy Doll. Okay, come on. Elvish Mystic. Well, it's well, it is a foil mythic. It is Krovax. I actually still own foil Krovax from Planar Chaos. So we found a foil mythic. Woo! There we go. Okay, Franz. There we go. All right, Firemont Kavu, Sensor, Porphyry Nodes. All right, we got Gary. Not a bad old bordered. Darkheart Sliver, Enslave, Shivan Sandmage, Thalon of Havenwood, and True Name Numbers. Remember when that card first came out in this set in this old border reprint and it was like a $15, $20 card? And Homing Sliver. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright, we got Jay. Let me straighten the pile here. There we go. Okay. Recluse. Careful Consideration. Prodigal Pyromancer. Benelish Commander. Kiki-Jiki! Alright, there's a good one. So old bordered Kiki. Here we go. Celestial Crusader, Phantom Worm, Dryad Arbor, not bad. And Containment Priest. Okay. Well, Kiki Jiki is a really nice old bordered pull. Steven, we gotta find you a hit. Come on, Peck. Don't let me down. Oh, is that your second Pongify, or did somebody else get a Pongify before it? Either way, that's 2 Pongifys. Guy's Anthem, Slaughter Pact, Remand. Okay, it's an okay old bordered. Well, let's do better. Let's do better. Reef, Elder, Elemental, Talaria West. We got a bunch of the lands. It's kind of neat. Hey! All right. Yeah, another foil rare, Saphir's Daughter. That's actually kind of a cool foil rare. All right. It has been a minute. It has been a minute. That box owed us that, to be honest with you. I had some comments I was going to make soon. Whew. Thank God. All right. Congrats, Steven, on the Chalice of the Void. Oh, all right, Kazi. Last 2 packs. Draining Welk. And Lavinia, which... Oh, yeah, that's right. Lavinia recently got the old board treatment again. All right, last pack. Conflagrate, Boom, and/or Bust, and Palace Jailer. All right, that's gonna do it for that. I was getting really close to being like, well, that was a pretty rough box of Time Spiral Remastered, and it was. Let me be clear. Even with some of the big hits, it still wasn't a particularly good box. The Mythics let us down. Thankfully, the old borders showed up enough with also Urborg, but. We definitely had winners and losers in this particular opening, which is bound to happen in kind of a top-heavy set, which is kind of what this is. It's a bit of a top-heavy set. I'm glad we pulled the Chalice. Congratulations, Steven. Consumer Aberration. Congratulations, Kazi. Wildcat. Congratulations on Yawgmoth and his tomb. To everybody else out there, appreciate you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and patrons. Appreciate you all. Obviously, can't get hits for everybody always, and boxes are going to do what boxes are going to do in the end. But I still appreciate you a lot for even wanting to continue to participate in such things. Goodbye!